SULFUR recently dropped one of the biggest quality of life updates I have ever seen for a video game. Tellia's support update introduces save slots, saving in the middle of a run, and new difficulty settings alongside of a bunch of other stuff. That's why we have to go over everything that was added in Tellia's support update. The first thing you're going to notice is the addition of save slots, so let's start there. This has been one of the most requested features since the dawn of time, and it's finally added. It's perfect for people that are looking for a main save, then a challenge save like a soul flock. You can make new saves for different difficulty options and modifiers, especially because you can't change any of that once you start a new profile. No longer do we have to clog up our PCs with a million different backups. I would still back up your SULFUR after every session though, just to be safe, at least until the end of 1.0. On top of this amazing addition, we can now save in the middle of runs. This is great news for those who forget to charge their amulet, but the biggest W is the ability to save during an endless run. I had been waiting to go for another PB run until we got something like this, so I'm just about as happy as a clam right now. Finally, we have some new difficulty settings, and it's not just making the game easier for babies to play, but also making it a little bit more difficult in some other areas. First off, we got very easy, which means you lose nothing on death. Easy means you lose your money on death. Medium will make you lose your unequipped loot on death. Hard, which is the default, will make you lose all of your loot and money on death. Then there's the scary one, hardcore, which will delete your save if you ever die. I'm shaking. I'm actually going to correct myself and SULFUR real quick because I found out today that it doesn't actually delete your save, it just puts it into the trademarked Infinite Void. Infinite Void? Trademarked? I've never seen that. That's actually kind of sick. What? Just wipe it, bitch. Okay, alright, well, it's a little weird having the default setting be hard and not like medium. Most games usually do that. I imagine this might bring some confusion to a lot of new players in the future. Hardcore basically turns the game from roguelite to roguelike. I love this one. I think it's awesome. It's made for a very refreshing new playthrough for me, but I do think enemies should have more health or maybe do more damage when you're playing hardcore, or maybe they can add something like a nightmare setting as well at some point. I just think that extra challenge would be great for Sulfies that have been playing for a long time. This one, like this one right here. That would be awesome. Can we get that? If it wasn't obvious, you do have to make a new save if you'd like to play around with these new difficulty settings. Your old save will be set to default hard mode. I'm always looking for more reasons to fire up streams, so before we go for some new PB endless runs, I want to try to beat the game with every gun on the same hardcore save. Not only would it be a crazy challenge for me, but I can share my strategies as we go along. If y'all like the sound of that idea, you should let me know in the comments and I'll start on it as soon as I can. It's gonna take a long time. There's 50 plus guns right now and they're adding more and more as time goes on. It's almost like it's a never-ending challenge, almost like we'll never have a reason not to stream, baby. Some great news for my console gamers. Aim assist options are now available for controllers. There's a new face in town, the homie Tellia. For those who pay close attention, I kinda maybe showed her off in the exploits video, but just to fuck with you guys a little bit, that's all. She's a special NPC that has the power to turn rank 5 guns into blueprints, making it so you can purchase that gun again as many times as you want from the replicator, which is directly next to her. This is a neat system for completionists or those who want different builds for the same gun, but other than that, you'll mostly just be using it to complete achievements. It's not a bad addition by any means, but its major flaw is it doesn't keep any enchantments that were on your gun. Instead, it just spits out rank 0 guns. Whatever you do, never give this woman a decked out gun that you actually like or you'll end up regretting it. But I thought it would keep the enchantments. Well shit. Now I wish I wouldn't have done that. With this fancy new system and fancy new NPC, we also got some fancy new achievements, and they come with a whole lot of problems. The most obvious issue is that some of them aren't even working, which can be really annoying considering you have to burn max rank guns to earn them. The second one has more to do with difficulty settings, because gone are the days of modifiers, and if you want to change your game up a little bit, you're nothing more than a stinky cheater that doesn't deserve achievements. You're not worthy, bro! I'm not worthy. Listen, I get where they're coming from here, but the ammo cap was an incredibly polarizing addition from the Kevin update, and many people opted to use the modifier that removed it, which was only ever added to cater to those who wanted less arbitrary inventory management in their game. The Tellia support update completely backtracks on that, and it's already rubbing some Sulfies the wrong way, myself included. Here's a possible solution I thought up when I was streaming this update. Maybe you should be able to buy something from Arthur's Stamp Shop that gives you more ammo or something, right? Increase the cap, and then eventually max level is no cap. I hate that it came out like that, but you know what I mean? You could do something like that, because once you're far enough into the game, why should that be a factor? Being given the option to upgrade those limits would keep the current system available to those who want it, and offer less inconvenience for those who play the game the exact same way. They just don't like having to remember to top off their ammo every time they go to the church. If you think about it, it kind of slows down gameplay a little bit, that arbitrary inventory management, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the ammo cap was never a great idea, and it was only made to try and shift the meta to using a wider variety of guns, which is what usually happens anyways after the first 20 hours playing the game. The achievements might not be super important to everyone, but the ammo cap modifier was never about cheating, it was more about quality of life for people. And for the record, I'm aware that the ammo cap is probably there because of endless mode, but it's a little confusing because there's perks in endless mode that give you 500 ammo and you can increase that as much as you want. I've gotten it to 15,000 every time I get the card. It just makes all this ammo limitation stuff seem even sillier to me when I really think about it. Quite the heavy conversation we had right there, but we gotta keep moving. There's still a lot more we gotta discuss. Like Alt F4 save scumming will no longer save you from the death screen. Some people relied on this strategy for a long time. Now you're gonna have to grow up and equip a damn defib. Maybe my favorite addition to this update is the new advanced AI we're getting for enemies. Now they can stay back and attempt to ambush players for more varied encounters. This is awesome, and it works way better than I expected. The jump scares have been hilarious. Oh, dude, they're straight up waiting, dude. We got some jumps here. We don't need back rooms. We got sulfur, guys. A memory leak was fixed. Is kind of vague, but memory leaks cause a lot of problems, so it's good to see that one was patched out. Hopefully we don't see another one for a long while, or at all. It would just be good to not see another one ever again. Food now queues in your stomach, and you will digest the fastest health gain first. This is more or less just valuable information to have, and it's more of the core changes we were told that would be happening when the script update dropped. Novanian guards can use their swing attack to destroy breakable walls now. That's just awesome. The craziest exploit of them all, the infinite throwing knives glitch, is miraculously still working, but the throwing knife's new animations make it so much slower to ready and throw. I kinda miss the old super fast knives already. Just like pretty much every major update, we also got our hands on two new man stoppers. The Chimera Rapid is a decently fast SMG that uses 5.56 ammo by default, and it kinda reminds me of an AK-74U or something, making it feel like the perfect companion piece to a corpse maker. It also has the same damage bonus that the termite does for some reason. On the wackier side of things, we have the Blackwater, a revolver that not only has an insane design, but also an insane description, going off about killing crocodiles and shit. The first thing you might notice is the strange ammo system it has. Pay attention to your UI, because if you fire any of the last 4 rounds, you'll have to reload twice to get back to max capacity. The coolest thing about this heater is it's 50 BMG by default, meaning it should have no problems when it comes to controlling recoil with high damage builds. It's designed for that, I think. Or designed for killing crocodiles. What the fuck, dude? On top of all that, its inspect is, quite frankly, bananas. Is there some reference I'm not realizing with this gun? Because it's all around cuckoo. The wackiness of the Blackwater and the immense power of the Chimera have my brain just flowing with ideas, and I'm gonna start crafting up some builds soon and hopefully get a video out to you guys right away. But Sulfur's doing so well right now that I got like a million videos I want to make, so it's just a great time to be sulfing. Oh, I hated that. As with every major update, there's lots of bug fixes and balancing, but I'm only gonna address 2 2 of them. Make sure to read the rest on your own, as well as everything else in the patch if you're feeling a bit feisty. Resetting increased service costs through Arthur's dialogue now costs 5 stamps instead of 1. I have no big feelings about this. I just think it's important to know that you need 5 to do that now. So make sure you save at least 5 if you're planning on burning a lot of SULF coin at the church. This is more of a PSA. The DHL demon will no longer swap the holo reality projector vendor when he resets shops. He still resets their inventory, so you can still use him to grind out new guns from kiosk or food from Chef and Rat Queen or whatever else you want. But you'll no longer be able to use one of the vendor switch exploits featured in my craziest exploits video. I knew they'd start striking these down eventually, especially after they started all that shit talking on their YouTube page, calling me the false shepherd or whatever. I just wanted to make sure you guys had a chance to play around with some of them while you still could. This one you can't any longer. Luckily for us, that video featured 2 vendor resets with the holo reality projector, so we still get to play around with the one they didn't fix. I haven't noticed too many new bugs from this update, just some older stuff lingering about, but there was one super annoying bug during the live stream. Banished cards showing up again in Endless, which kind of defeats the purpose of banishing them, right? At one point I even saw the same item showing up twice in one selection. I'll try to get some more footage of this occurring, but I can't make any promises. Oh, I'm at a reload again. Look at me reloading once again. 2 Impala Gravitas on the same screen? What is going on? I've never seen that. Time for a live update, but not really live because I'm recording this and you won't see this until later today or tomorrow. But anyway, 0.17.3 claims to have a fix for banished weapons showing up again in Endless. But I didn't notice it persisting through mid-game saves, rather it was happening before I even got a chance to save. It was all in one session. Hopefully this fix ended up snuffing out all the other issues that banishes were having so that this won't occur again. Hedgemey's got yet another makeover. Now we've got new entrances for dungeon and castle. Both of these new areas add more breakable containers, giving you more loot to find, making Hedgemey's even more lucrative for grinding. I wanted to clear up some confusion on the odd phrasing here. The outside onboarding area is just the end of Hedgemey's. I guess drop-off shithole was too fancy of a name or something. They also made some renovations at the church hub. Tellia set up shop around back, some storages got moved around. Oh, and there's also a massive hole blown into the back of the church itself. As far as the smaller patches that always come after major updates, I had to rush this recording, so I only know of one right now, patch 0.17.1. You should make sure to read through it and all of the subsequent patches that came after it. Nothing too crazy going on with 0.17.1 in my opinion, but it did fix the achievements bug that was happening with the replicator, so that's pretty huge. If any more notable minor patches come out, I'm going to put them in right here. This is just a favor for me, so it'll be easier to transition into them. Or I won't transition into them and we'll talk about something else right now. If there's anything I missed or any kind of questions you might have about this update, don't be a stranger, jump in the comments. Nobody's gonna bite you down there. We're all just gonna give you some love, unless you're being a jerk or something. Then we might give you a nibble. I don't know. Oh, and don't forget about the dev mode findings, which will happen right after the members shout out, which coincidentally is happening right now, my boy. You know I always gotta show these guys some love because they go out of their way to give my family some extra support and every month, and they don't have to do that, but they do it anyways. You know I gotta give a little extra love to my members that have been doing it for over a year now. And the homie pluses, of course, like KT Monkey, Wicked Wicker, Filthy Weeb 776, and Anton Stills, who's also a 1-year member. Also Mark Maidens 5911, who just recently upgraded to homie plus. Thank you for that, man. And there ain't no way I'm forgetting about the homie golds, like my dude Slick Willie 988 and my other dude, Dookie Booty. They're all my dudes, the homie pluses, homie golds, the 1-year members, the people watching to this point right now, you who's commenting about why I won't shut up and keep calling everyone dudes. What's that about? This next part is everything I found in dev mode, which could possibly contain spoilers. It's just one small thing this time, and it might not even be a spoiler. It could be something that never comes to the game. I'm just warning you now before we get into it. It's too late if you haven't clicked off, though. Now you gotta watch. That's the rules. Alright, that little patch we talked about about 0.17.1 actually did do something to sulfur. It took something out of sulfur. It was a gun that wasn't supposed to be seen, but could be spawned in dev mode. Yeah, I could see why they didn't want to mention that in the patch notes. The Death's Toll had the same art as the Balthazar in your inventory, or even if you dropped it on the ground. It was not the Balthazar, though. It was very clearly still a work in progress. Maybe it was something that will never be finished. But the fact it has an inspect and everything means it will likely be added to the game at some point. Or not. Who knows? If you happen to have spawned one in, you should still have it even after 0.17.1. I myself have 3 of them, and I know Rat Holding Cheese has 12. What a lucky guy. Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. That's amazing. Tellia's support update was low-key historic. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we'll ever see a quality of life update like this from any game again. It added so many features that people have been clamoring for since they started playing the game. I'm talking stuff that people have been like, why doesn't this have saves? I got a kid who rubs shit on the walls. Not my kid, but somebody could be thinking that. You know what I mean? He was actually just yelling in the hallways a moment ago, so I should probably go see what that's all about and maybe save my wife from whatever chaos is going on, because that's just what toddlers do. They get a little wacky. Just like me with the outros.